Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I'm Javiah, and if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm going to get straight into this video. This video is long overdue, and today I'm going to show you how to use my template in Silhouette Studio and in Canva. I have gotten a lot of questions asking how to leverage my templates in Silhouette Studio, and I have gotten questions asking if my templates are compatible in Canva, and the answer is yes, it is. We just have to do a little bit of workarounds because these templates aren't editable where you can drag and drop your backgrounds and elements. So I'm going to go over all of that in today's video. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is head on over to my website, giftedhandsbyjaviah.com, and you want to select digital, DIY digital templates, and then you are going to search for the vending machine templates. I have two different styles. I have the standard vending machine template style, which is the one that we're looking at right here, and I also have the claw vending machine template as well. This particular style includes three different sizes: an 8 by 10, a 12 by 15, and a 16 by 20. And it also includes a PDF file, a PNG file, a PSD file, and Silhouette Studio files. Okay. What you want to do is you want to purchase your templates, of course. Once you purchase your templates, you are going to instantly receive the download clickable link for you to download the files. Once you download your files, you have to extract them or save them to a desired folder. I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on over to Silhouette Studio, which is my preferred program of choice, and I'm going to import the 12 by 15 vending machine template using the Silhouette Studio files. Okay. All right, y'all. So here I am in Silhouette Studio. I do have Silhouette Studio Business Edition. However, you can use whichever creative software of your choice. I'm going to go ahead and import the 12 by 15 vending machine template, the Silhouette Studio file template to be exact. So I'm going to head over to File, Merge, and then I'm going to find the 12 by 15 Silhouette Studio template. Once you import your template, this is how it's going to appear on your canvas. All of the panels are going to populate. So you have your front, your back, your shelves, tops, base, and your two sides. All of my templates have the dimensions located at the bottom right-hand side for each panel. Okay, I'm not going to zoom in, but if you purchase my template, you will have access to the exact dimensions that I provide per each panel. A lot of people have been asking me how to remove my watermark, and it is very simple. You want to select the panel, right click, ungroup, and then each of the elements are going to be individual. Okay, as you can see, I select my watermark, I select the actual panel itself, and then the dimensions here at the bottom. You can select the watermark and delete it. And then with the dimensions here at the bottom, you can go ahead and select that and delete that, or you can just drag it and place it somewhere else so you can have it for reference. You would do the same thing for all of the other panels as well to remove my watermark. Another question that I have gotten was, how do I see the dimensions for the functional push here? Because I didn't leave that information here. The reason why I didn't do that is because honestly, the window and the functional push feature is a personal preference with regards to its size. You can size it to however large or small you want it to be. It is completely up to you. I just provided the foundation for you. However, you can just select the panel itself, so the blue, right click, ungroup, and there you will have the dimensions for the push, as well as the money panel here and the window. Okay, with my templates, you simply select the panels itself, right click, ungroup, and then you will have separate elements. Okay, separate elements. It will all be individual elements that you can move around and do what you need to do with them. Okay. Another question that I have gotten was, how do I add my backgrounds and add text in Silhouette Studio? So I'm going to show you that right now. This process is the same with other creative softwares. Of course, the features are all slightly different, but if you're well versed with those other programs, you'll be good to go. I'm going to head over to Google real quick and just find a simple background. Okay, this is the background that I just found on Google. Okay, two ways that you can start designing your panels. Okay, the first way is you can use the dimensions that I provide and literally resize your background to that specific size. So for instance, if I'm working with the back panel, all I'm going to do is just change the dimensions, excuse me, to whatever the dimensions are for the back panel. In this case, it will be 12 by 15. So I will make my width 12 and my height 15. Okay. For some reason, the orientation changed. So let me see if I put 15 here and 12 here. Okay, there we go. So the way that this background imported into the software, it came in a landscape orientation. And so therefore I will have to make the dimensions, in a landscape orientation. But in technical terms, you will make the width 12 by 15, which will be the size of the back panel. Okay. So that's one way you can, start designing the panels. The other way is you can crop your backgrounds into the actual panels themselves so that it can remain the same size. You don't have to go in and manually input the dimensions into the width and height field, right? So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this real quick. And let's just make this size back to, I don't know, um, let's do the width to be 19 and then the height to be 25, or the other way around, 25 by 19. I literally just said that earlier. It's crazy. So I'm just going to take this back panel here, all right? Then I'm going to bring this here, and I made this absolutely ginormous, so I'm just going to duplicate this again. But this is just, for demonstration purposes only. As you can see, when I place the background, it goes behind the actual panel. So I'm just going to right click and bring to front. So now it's in front of my blue back panel here. Okay, I'm gonna bring it in front. I'm actually going to just make it a little bit smaller. That's a tad bit, because you want your actual background to be slightly larger than your actual panel. I'm going to select both the background and the blue panel, head over to the modify panel here on the right hand side, click on that, and then I'm going to click crop. So now your background crops into the size of the original template panel, and the dimensions will be accurate. Now, as you can see, some of my design got cut off here. So what I'm going to do is just select that, head over to the fill panel, select on these dots here, and then I'm going to select aspect ratio. All right. And then that somewhat brought my original design back here where we can see it. I'm just going to scale this up because I can see this sharp line right here. This sharp line of demarcation right here. So I'm just going to just scale this up a little bit like so. And then I'm going to play around with the pan pattern just to, get what I want to be shown on the background. All right, so that's what you would do there. Okay. Now, for the front, it is the same process. Okay, but we got to do a little bit more work. And I'll show you that real quick. The very first thing that you want to do is you want to ungroup your entire panel. Once everything is its own individual element, As you can see here, I'm selecting each element and they're all individual, including the black borders, right? What you want to do is you want to select each of them, hold down the shift key, right? So I'm going to show you. I'm going to select the white, hold down shift, select the black border. As I'm holding down the shift key, I'm going to select the white down here, select the black border, and I'm going to select the money panel. So now all of those elements have been selected, okay? Right click, copy, then I am going to delete it, okay? So now I'm just left with these pieces here that you can just go ahead and delete. It's basically the dimensions that I provide, okay? Now I'm just left with my actual front panel. You want to keep this front panel in place, and I'm going to show you why. Take your background, make sure that it is larger than your panel, select both, head to the modify panel, and then select crop. Now from here, right click, paste in front, and then all of your elements is going to go right back in front where it needs to be for your front panel, okay? From here, you can start adding your text. You can add your images, your pictures, whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to change this color here because my watermark does not delete from here, you can just simply select it, head over to the color fills, and you can make it any color you want. I'm going to select the property dropper, and I'm just going to just use this gold here to change it to that. If you want to change the border colors, you can select on the actual border itself. You know that the border is selected because you can see the color here on the left hand side, and then here is where you would change the color of your border if you want to change it, okay? And you will do the same thing for the border for the functional push. You can change the color to whatever color you want it to be. You can go ahead and then add in your text. So for instance, I would just, type push, enlarge this, change that color as well. You can change the font. You would go in and do your typical designing as you would do normally, okay? Here, and then you can add in, 2024 in the money panel, your whatever it is that you want to put here, and then you're good to go. All right, so that is how you would design from scratch using my templates in Silhouette Studio. So now the last question that I've gotten a lot is, how do you fit all of your panels on one page? And I'm going to show you right now. My 12 by 15 vending machine template was designed to fit on a 24-inch by 36-inch sheet of media, okay? So what you want to do is, after you finish designing each of your panels here, right? Let's pretend everything is designed. You want to head over to your page setup panel, and right here you want to type in 24 inches by 36 inches, okay? Then you just want to place all of your elements, or your panels, excuse me, right where they need to go. So I'm going to do that real quick to show you. Once all of your panels is onto your canvas, this is somewhat of what it should look like, okay? You can, adjust it the way you see fit, but the reason why I designed the 12 by 15 vending machines to fit on one sheet of 24 by 36 is because if you have to send this to a printer, you'll be paying one price for your one vending machine instead of printing on multiple pages. Is going to cost more if you have to print on multiple pages, okay? If you're going to be making an 8 by 10 vending machine, you can fit that entire template on a 16 by 20 sheet as well. So you'll be paying for one sheet to make one vending machine. And if you're making a 16 by 20, you will have to use two sheets of 24 by 36, or you can do one sheet of 17 by 22. I'm not sure of how the sizes are when you are sending it to a printer, but I do know for a fact that they do offer 16 by 20s and 24 by 36 inch. So I try to keep that in mind as well so we can keep the cost low for you. All right. If you're going to be printing from home, if you have a large format printer, you can go ahead and do the same thing, fit all of your panels on the one sheet, whichever size vending machine you're making, and then you can go ahead and print that out. Okay, so literally, y'all, that's it. So now I'm going to head on over to Canva, and I'm going to show you what you can do over there when using my templates. All right, y'all, so here I am in canva.com. Now please be kindly advised that my templates were made for designing from scratch. These are not edible templates that we typically see when we are in Canva and we are just dragging and dropping backgrounds and elements. My templates are not like that with the standard vending machine templates. The claw vending machine templates, I do have the Canva files, but with the standard templates, I don't. I'm working on trying to get the Canva files. But anyway, you can still use my templates and Canva. The very first thing that you want to do is, of course, figure out which size vending machine you're going to be working with. For this example, I'm going to work with a 12 by 15 vending machine, okay? Now, if you have a wide format printer, you can certainly use my 12 by 15 templates as well as the 8 by 10 as well. The 16 by 20s, you're going to have to outsource the prints. But the 8 by 10s and the 12 by 15s can be used with a wide format printer. A wide format printer are the printers that print up to 13 inches in width by 47 inches long, okay? Now, the very first thing that you want to do when you're in Canva is you want to create a custom size. Now, depending on how you want to design your panels will determine which width and height you are going to input here. Again, for a 12 by 15 vending machine, mine, you can fit all the panels on a 24-inch by 36-inch sheet of media. Okay, so if you want to just create that canvas size, you would change the units to inches, and then you will put in 24 inches by 36. Okay, then that will create the canvas size, which will be the size of the media you are going to be printing on. Now, if you want to print from home, you will put in 13 by 19. Just keep in mind, if you do it that way, you will have to print individual sheets. Okay, so 13 by 19, and then create new design. So here's my 13 by 19 canvas. What you are going to do is you're just going to basically recreate the templates that I've already created for you and include and make the actual panels the exact size that I have provided for you with the templates. So you're going to head over here to elements and we're going to grab a square. So you're basically just recreating the templates all over, but just using the dimensions that I provide for you, which to some people may be kind of sort of pointless. But if you are using Canva, if you're a Canva user, you still want to have access to using Canva, but you want my templates, this is going to be the way that you do it. So I'm just going to make this, let's say that we're just going to work on the back panel, right? What you want to do to get the exact measurement is that you're going to select your rectangle, you're going to select it, and then you're going to head over here to these three dots where it says more. You're going to select position, and then right over here on the left hand side where it says advanced, it gives you the option to input specific dimensions, right? Typically in Canva, we just have to drag and increase, decrease, and we'll be able to see the dimensions there once we do that. And sometimes it's like, it's very, generic. It's 2.5, 1.2, nothing specific, if you will. Like if we needed something to be 12.52 or 10.27, right? We can't get that if we're dragging outwards and inwards like this. So the advanced feature over here on the left hand side allows us to input specific dimensions. So I'm gonna pretend this is the back panel, and I'm just going to make my width 12 by 15. Okay, there you go. This is going to be your guide for designing. Or, of course, you can just select the background and make that background your specific panel size. The same thing that we did in Silhouette Studio, you can do it here in Canva, okay? But I'm just going to do this like this. Then I'm just going to just go to Elements real quick, select the background. So I'm just type in background. And I'm just going to use this background right here for the purpose of this video, and then I'm just going to resize this background to the size that I just made my first square, because I'm going to be using that square or rectangle, whatever you want to call it, as my guide. Okay, so now this is my back template. I can go in, I can add an image, I can add text. This is the correct size that I need my back panel to be. So again, for the sake of this video, I'm just going to add an image. I'm just going to select this beautiful grad here. She's one of my clients. I do have Canva Pro, so I'm just going to go ahead and just edit her picture real quick by removing the background. So I'm going to select Edit Photo, BG Remover, and then I'm just going to, I'm not going to be designing. I'm just showing you guys what you can do. Okay, so this is going to be the back panel. Now you're going to duplicate this page, right? And whatever the dimensions are for the front panel, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to select this. You're going to select the dots. Or excuse me, you're going to select position. You're going to change the width and the height to the dimensions that I provide for you when you purchase my template. The front is different from the back. So just keep that in mind. The dimensions for the front and the back are different. And the front is slightly larger than the back. So then once you have that, you can go in and start to create your window. So you will select elements, you will go ahead and select another square. So I'm going to bring in another square. All right, I'm going to change this to white because this is going to represent my window. And then I'm going to just resize this window, whatever size I see fit. Remember, I told you that the window and the functional push option, the size is completely up to you. You make that whatever size that you want to make it. I just provide a foundation for you. But if you want to use the same dimensions that I've already provided, I have that available for you as well. All right, so I have that. If you want to add a border to your window, so you can see there's no border on this window right here, you can select this right here, select border style, and you can increase the weight of your border. So you see the higher I increase the border weight, the more thick the border becomes. So you can just make it as thick or as thin, excuse me, as you want. Okay, there's your window. You will do the same thing for the push function. Grab another square, change that color to white or whatever color you want it to be. Make it whatever size you want it to be, whatever size you want your functional push to be, right? Let's keep that, and let's just, make a border weight here. There we go. So that's your functional push. You'll bring it down some. And now I also include the money panel. So you can go in and then, bring in the money panel. I already have it saved in my Canva library. So I'm gonna just bring that up here real quick. All right, so here is my money panel. I will bring this right here like so. And then from here, you can go in and do all of your designing, okay? You can go in and add in your grad, add in some more elements, add in some text. So let's see, let me bring her in again. And then let me edit. And these vending machines are not only for graduation, they're for any occasion, to be quite honest. Father's Day, Mother's Day, sports, whatever you want, you can make it that. But I'm just literally just showing you how to use my templates in Canva well, how to not use my templates, specifically in Canva because they're not compatible with Canva, but how you can still use the dimensions that I provide for the templates in Canva and basically, create your own vending machine. The Gifting Hands by Javiah way. Okay, so in Canva it's a little bit more work, but it is doable. I provide the dimensions for you, and you just got to recreate the shapes, which is rectangles and squares. Okay, so it's pretty simple. You can go in and add your text here, push, change the font, change the color. Okay, the push is also optional. You don't even have to have the push feature there if you don't want it to be there. Okay, and then you can add in the text and so on and so forth. You will do the same for all of the elements, excuse me, for all of the panels. So you'll duplicate the page, right? And then this, let's say you want this to be one of the side panels. So you just delete the original square that we created, use the background. If you want the background, you want to show a specific color of the background, you'll double click it and then drag it, right to left, side to side, up and down, all around to get the spot that you want to be shown as your shelves and as your base. You can add your graphics here and all of that. You're literally just recreating the template using the dimensions that I provide in Canva. And then from here, if you're printing from home, you will select share, download, and then you will download all of the pages, and then you would print each page individually. If you are going to be using a printer, you would then save all of your pages, go back home. So once you save all of your pages here after you finish designing, you will go back home and then you will create a new size, and you will make that size 24 inches by 36 inches. And then you will just drag and drop all of those panels that you saved. Okay, so this will be 24 by 36. And then you will go in and, drag and drop all of those panels that you just created. Or if you keep it open, right? Hold on, let me go back. Let's see. If you want, you can still keep everything here. You'll just select all of your elements and copy and paste them onto the new canvas size of 24 by 36, okay? And it will come in as your same size. So you don't have to worry about readjusting the size. You can go back. See, that's the front. Let's do the back. So you just literally just copy and paste everything. Copy, paste, bring this down. Okay, so it'll be the same thing we literally just did in Silhouette Studio. You're just gonna make all of your panels fit on that one sheet of 24 by 36. That's if you're sending this to a printer. If you're printing from home, you are going to print all of your individual pages. That works for the 8 by 10 as well. You're going to be printing from home. You can print on 8.5 by 11 sheet of media, or 8.5 by 14. If you don't have a printer at all, you can send your prints to a printer. If you're making an 8 by 10, you can fit all of the panels on a 16 by 20 inch sheets of media. Okay, that's it for this tutorial. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions and concerns. If you found this video good, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any additional questions or concerns that I can answer. I'll be more than happy to help you out there. And until next time, family, later.